Our district transition to kindergarten T2K program is here at Bridgeview Elementary School. It is a district-wide program for any Pleasant Valley student who meets the T2K criteria. Our T2K program is designed to meet the needs of learners where the primary need that they have and the primary variable that will contribute to their readiness for a successful kindergarten through 12th grade and beyond experience is time.
When a child enrolls in T2K, it means they're already done with preschool but have not yet started kindergarten. And we want to make sure that they have the time they need to get ready for kindergarten. Now, being ready for kindergarten might be an academic need, it might be a behavioral need. There's lots of areas of growth. So we want to make sure that whenever they're ready to start learning, that we are prepared to help them with that. Today we wanted to show everybody the T2K classroom. We'll do a little bit of whole group instruction where you'll see all the students sitting on the carpet working together on something.
Raise their hand and tell me why we come to school.
Then we'll do a little bit of what we call table work, where we have them split into smaller groups. Some kids will work with me, some kids will work with our paraprofessionals, some kids will work independently, but that'll be a time where we can do some more differentiated instruction. So if some kids need a little more help on letter sounds, or if some kids need a little more help on counting, we can kind of work on those focused skills more during that time. I will be working on an activity where we play an alliteration game, where we just make up different tongue twisters.
Oh my gosh, that was a tongue twister.
But the objective is to identify the first sound in a word, but do that in a playful, silly way. If they're not laughing, they're probably not engaged, and so the goal is to be silly and learn at the same time.
Best beat banana boy, best beat banana boy, best beat banana boy, best beat banana boy.
With the paraprofessional in the room, Mr. Dave, they'll be doing a math lesson. They'll be working on shapes and identifying not just shapes written down on a piece of paper, but shapes in their environment as well, and identifying how many sides and corners things have.
6. So it has 6 just like him.
You'll see the very important playtime. Centers is what we call it, but centers is when the kids get to choose where they play and who they play with, and that's a really cool time for us to practice some of those social skills that we are working on. When they're playing, again, that's another great time for learning. We take a look at some of the assessments that we've done and information we've gathered, and we know, like, oh, this child might need a little extra support in this area. So we'll, go and play alongside them and kind of draw their attention to that. So if we have a child who's struggling to identify all their shapes, if they're playing in the block center, that's a great opportunity to say, oh, hey, I'm going to use these squares to build my tower. What shapes are you going to use to build your tower? Or, oh, I need that shape with 3 sides. That's the triangle. Can you hand me the triangle? And just incorporate that into their play. My favorite part about teaching T2K is kind of that blend of focusing on the social skills and on the academics. It gives me the freedom to challenge kids when they're ready for it. If they're not ready for it, that's okay. We have a whole year to work with. And so I really enjoy kind of blending those two together and kind of meeting kids where they're at and making progress from there.
We would encourage you to sign up for the screening assessment. It could be helpful information in guiding your decision in whether or not to place that child in T2K or in kindergarten.